Hey everyone, welcome to Celestial Dump, where I talk about 3 to 4 EPs from the past month that I've listened to that has stuck with me in a good way or a bad way. In the case of this episode, the 3 mentioned are all positive. Please consider checking their music out, as all 3 made amazing music. Here they are. But before I start the video, I just want to say that I'm very grateful for the overwhelming support I am getting. Your guys' engagement is keeping me going, and honestly, I could not ask for anything more. Some other things I need to say too. First off, I'm very active in my community tab, and I post updates there all the time. Please consider looking at my tab if you want to see what's up, a funny meme, or maybe even in the future, a sneak peek of future content. Secondly, I want to give a shout out to Della Zyr on Instagram, spelled with a K, for hooking me up with a unique and quality Blue Yeti microphone that will be used in the very near future. He will be streaming on Twitch pretty soon, and he'd appreciate a follow on his Instagram and his Twitch tag, and possibly if you can, come in and watch his content once he starts streaming. Last thing, I plan on picking up editing myself this year, which will allow me to get content out quicker, give me more creative liberties, and a more direct way of making edits and meme edits in my videos. I want to stress that my editor is great. By the way, you can check him out in my description and picture right here. But I'll be real for a moment. I do not work a full-time job. I'm a college student, and I'm also working part-time. My home life is also pretty busy and demanding at the moment, which is fine. But I'm hoping once I get moved out, I get more time in the summer, I can record and edit my own videos. And if I want to do multiple projects, I can hire another editor or bring back my current editor to help. It is very draining on my bank account to put out content the way I do at this time. And I want to continue it. And to do that, I had to pick up editing on my own. Regardless of whether I had disposable income or not, I was going to pick up editing anyway because I've always wanted to. Sorry for going off on a tangent. Back to the video at hand. Della Zyr's Nebulous You. My favorite EP from 2022, and it has been stuck in my head since it dropped. This dropped at the tail end of 2022 on December 15th, comprised of primarily shoegaze and dream pop. Korean shoegaze just truly is that goated, and I've been convinced that there can be no bad Korean shoegaze. Though this is by no means strictly shoegaze and dream pop, as there's a variety of subgenres and main genres like folk, psychedelia, post-rock, ambience, and a few others throughout this EP. The length is perfect at nearly 40 minutes across 4 sweeping different tracks, each exploring rich, ethereal, and gorgeous sonic landscapes while having very taut and beautiful moments lyrically throughout. The EP is a wonderful companion piece to her debut album, which also released in 2022, Vitamins Apprehension, which if they had this playing at a function, I'd show up for it alone, not gonna lie. Excited for what comes from them next. Ratings of 10 out of 10, and all of the tracks are my favorite. Sorry. TURQOISEDEATH, Paint the World Blue. My follow-up EP for 2022, and one I've been bumping consistently since I first listened to it late last month. Released October 1st, 2022, and is a drum and bass, breakcore, and indie-tronica EP. Like Nebulous You, it is very lengthy for an EP, clocking in at roughly 36 minutes. It is comprised of 6 tracks, all with their own unique sounds and structures. One of the various releases, TURQOISEDEATH, released in 2022, and it is my favorite of theirs from last year. It is the most ambitious of all of them. Very beautiful soundscapes are explored in each track, and each one sounds distinct and unique from the other. It flows and ebbs incredibly well. It is a very exciting release of what may be a renaissance and new wave of breakcore and drum and bass artists like TURQOISEDEATH, Purity Filter, and Vertigo Away, to name a few, that popped up in the last couple of years. My rating for it's a 10 out of 10. My favorite tracks are all of them, though particularly I really enjoy Starfield's Server Maintenance, It's Not All Your Fault, and Paint the World Blue. The final EP, Lorna Shore's and Our Return to Nothingness. This is my favorite EP from 2021, and one that has constantly stuck with me for a while now, a little over a year actually. Considerably shorter compared to the other 2 EPs. This is about 18 minutes long, spanning 3 different tracks. They each build up into one another instrumentally and conceptually, telling of a person's downfall. It is technical death metal, deathcore, and symphonic black metal. Every track is harrowing and simultaneously boy a face melter, yet also having incredibly melodic moments with keys and solos. Despite having gone through multiple vocalists throughout the band's history, the band found a real keeper in Will Ramos. He has amazing range and does the blood-curdling scream so incredibly well, and also does growl and clean vocals incredibly well too. His pig squeal in the opening track is amazing and is so incredibly unreal, but it's real. Yeah. Their follow-up record, Pain Remains, that released in 2022, was an amazing follow-up to this EP, and I am so excited to see where they go from here. And with that saying, this is a 10 out of 10, and all the tracks are my favorites. I really don't have any dislikes for any of these EPs that I just mentioned. I plan to do more of these in the future, as I had a fun time writing and talking about some of my favorite EPs I've listened to in January this year. Let me know if there's an EP I should hear, or if I was wrong about one of these, or what some of your favorite music you've listened to in the last month has been. Also, please do consider listening to at least one of these I talked about, as all three deserve at least some kind of recognition. Everyone is welcome here, and I read every comment, typically reply back. I'm heading back to the stars. See you guys next time.